So I'm just going to play through all of these, through a lot of these preparations, or the variations of the preparations rather, like the pick, mallet, stick, like these other versions of the main preparations, right? Those are all counting towards the 45 preparations mentioned on the website, right? So here we mention 45 preparations. They're all right? Nothing here suggests that those are layerings, right? So I would just understand that as being, well, 45 preparations, not like 10, 15 preparations and then a couple of layerings, right? So I'm just going to play through that. It varies a bit. Some of them sound definitely like unique samples, right? Like here we have the eraser. Like that's definitely a unique sample there, right? That's a totally different recording. But let's go to the stick here. Let's go to the main one. Let's go to the stick. So the only difference I'm hearing here is that there's a brighter attack. The character of the samples themselves is basically the same. Let's just check another pitch. So we're also pay attention to the performance and just the character of the sound. It's kind of like bam, 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 bam. And the last one is a little bit more hollow sounding, right? Like bam, bam. And it just has the exact same character. And especially with a prepared piano, you get so much chaos and so many variations, right, in the sound. Let's just check another one here. Let's just check some samples with a lot of character and uniqueness, right? So here we've got this kind of resonance there, kind of like a metal sheet somehow, or like somehow rubbing over metal, like some kind of metallic resonance, right? Let's go here. Let's go to the main one. So I'm gonna do something different now. Now we're gonna draw something a bit more complex so we can hear a lot more of the variation. Well, what means more complex? Just a couple of different notes. So we're looping that again. So let's check some other preparations here. It's not just this one. Let's go to the phone, because why not? This is very interesting because this is one of these samples where there's just a lot of variation and a lot of movement in the samples. So something you wouldn't get another time when you would re-record it. Like for instance, here we have this bouncing of the string that is kind of like a whoosh after like 1 or 2 seconds. Like pay close attention to that. And it kind of bounces back. Like that's the kind of random variation of a phone bouncing around on the string. And the odds of getting that exact movement twice is just very low, or even 3 times. Let's check through the preparations, through the alternative playing styles here. Here we're now using a pick, and we have the exact same movement. Let's go back to the main one. So in that case, I can't even tell a difference between the sound of the samples, right? I mean, to me, everything here literally sounds the same. Like, if you would close your eyes, could you tell whether I'm skipping between different playing styles? Just try it. Close your eyes and try to tell how often I'm jumping between different playing styles. Well, if you if you didn't peek, you could tell that I did not jump between different playing styles. But well, that was just a little bit of an experiment. Like just see whether just for you to see whether you are being whether you're being biased by your brain. But anyways, let's go to the coins. Let's pick a sample with a lot more variation and uniqueness. Here you have another example of this motion and movement, right? You have this kind of almost like kind of a fence, like a fence with metal strings at the end that's kind of moving, right? This little echo there. So let's go to the pick. You have the same echo here. What are the odds of getting that twice? That's kind of like an artifact. It's kind of like when you like in a string library where you have a little bit of a collegno or a little bit of a bow noise or something in one of the round robins, right? Or you're just not gonna get that twice, I think. Well, twice, but not the odds of getting that in every single of these supposed recordings here. Let's go. Again, I wouldn't even be able to tell that I'm jumping between presets for this one. Here we go. Let's go to the screws. Or let's just go to the screws and nuts. I'm just going through all of them. Like, if you already made up your mind, don't need to keep watching, I guess. But I'm just trying to be fairly thorough because that's an extremely expensive library, and I would have died to see a video like that before buying. I mean, you know, it's a lot of money going into that for, let's just see, 45 preparations, right? Let's just look at the list here. Those are all preparations, so there's nothing secret hidden as far as I can tell. So to me, those look like the 45 preparations. So the different playing styles, pick, mallet, stick, count towards the 45 preparations mentioned on the website. So I just would not expect that those are not unique recordings, right? Nothing suggests that. Otherwise, it would be maybe 10 preparations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I mean, a couple of these are definitely unique recordings, but most of them, to me, sound like layerings. So it would be something like 15 or 20 preparations, not 45. And then alternate versions of these preparations with some pick, mallet, stick sound layered in over the original samples, right? Oh, here, that's a very interesting one. Because here you have a lot of this variation that I'm always rambling about, right? Okay, not really, that one is pretty straight. Let's just try another one. So. Oh yeah, let's just check that one for the sake of speed. Yeah, so let's go to the. I think we didn't check the cloth hanger yet. It doesn't really matter. We're just going through. So here we have another one with character. With a little bit of a bounce in the beginning. At least it sounds like it. So here we definitely hear a change of sound. There's like map, map, map coming in. So to me, it sounds like the sample from before, the all screw, the main screw one, is still there, but there's like some other thing layered in, right? The pick sound, right? That's what I'm hearing on all of these instruments. I'm going to now switch to playing. I just mostly use MIDI, so you see what I'm doing, right? For the most transparency. But now I'm going to play a little bit more. Clear change of sound, but to me that sounds like a layer. Let's just repeat a note a lot. with the mallets, we can hear it even better. We just got this thump, right? Like someone knocking at your door, right? But the sound itself of the instrument doesn't change to me. Then keep in mind that's not a standard piano. Those are basically preparations, right? So there's a lot of chaos in the sound. So I just think the odds of getting basically the exact same sound multiple times for pretty much most of these playing styles is just very low. But here we go. The sustains seem to be unique recordings. Very clearly. So those are definitely unique recordings here. Just for fun, let's just keep going for another minute. That's an example of something where it's just really obvious that it's a unique recording, right? The character, everything just changes completely. The mallet and the main ones, they sound the same again to me. Oh, the main one, no. So that's again, it just the overall tone of the sample sounds the same. There's definitely a layer, at least to my hearing. There's definitely a layer going on, but for this one, I'm not quite as sure. It sounds pretty strange here that we have basically 18 gigabyte in WAV samples, right? Uncompressed, 6 gigabyte in lossless in their encoding, and what we then have here is the augmented piano, which has half of the price and half of the preparations, right? 24 preparations. I have that one too, and I don't have the same complaint for that one. Everything sounds like unique recordings for this one. And we have 60 gigabytes in WAV samples here. 60 gigabyte for 24 preparations. And that's not just the mic positions here, right? Because here we have 3 mic positions, and in the augmented piano we have 2 mic positions, right? So that can't make up for that huge difference, considering we have 45 preparations here, and in the other one we have something like 20. So it's just very strange.